Comms check, comms check. Radio check. All right, mic check. Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right, perfect. Audio's up. There we go. There we go. All right, beautiful. Let's make sure we're live on the X. Are we live on the X? Let's make sure we are live on the X. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's see here. Let's take a look. There we are. Audio's working on X. We're looking good on X. Twitch. Let's see how we're doing on Twitch. All right, beautiful. Beautiful. All right. All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday, right?
Thursday.
Thursday. Happy Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. There we go. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. All right. All right. All right. All right. Hold on 1 second. We're just getting ourselves all set up, getting everything all set and ready to go. The announcements. Getting that all set right there. Boom. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's make sure we get everything all set up and shared. Let's get a share party as well, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party, share party, share party. Yes. Let's see what we got going on there. Let's see what we got going on. All right. Let's get this over here. All right. All right. All right. All right. Get everything all set. There we go. There we go. Just getting all the announcements out. There we are. All right. All right. Legal. Good morning. Good morning, he says to DBL Nix. Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Legal. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. All right. Let's see here. All right. All right. All right. All right. There we go. There we go. Night Row, good morning. He says, RNAZ, please. Sure, certainly. We'll take a look at RNAZ. RNAZ, we'll take a look at. We will take a look at that as soon as everything's all set and ready to go. We will take a good look at that. All right. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. All right. There we go. All right. Looking schmexy. Looking schmexy. All right. Beautiful. There we go. All right. Okay. Let's make sure everything's set on YouTube. Let's get everything shared. We also make sure that there's no glitchy. Nope, no glitchy this time. Good. That's good. I like that. All right. Let's see here. Let's get the share party all the way on the Twitch or the Twitter. Excuse me. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. Beautiful. All right. Let's get this intro started then. What's up, guys? It's Double Nicks, and welcome to another episode of Microcap Mornings. I'm your host with the most. They call me DBL Nicks in the house, aka the Rainmaker. And I am here with the lovely Serengeti specialist herself. She likes to hang around the tall weeds, the high trees, the low seas, hitting them high knees. Sometimes she likes 2 cups of coffee. Other times she likes to jet ski. Other times she likes to regular ski. Other times she gets shot out the cannon and she goes, whee! Other times she likes to go to RBs and watch videos of puppies and kitties. Other times she likes to go into the stonk market. Other times she likes to go and, sometimes she'll go to Mickey D's. Other times she'll go to Wendy's. Other times she'll go to Burger King. And to top it off, ladies and gentlemen, normally she'll just go around to steal my lo mein. And also, I wanted to introduce you to another new character. His name is Stewie. But before we get into that, she did call some of them beautiful stocks like BNAI, CISS, and GDTC. We call her Davia Moms! Hey! All right. So that's what we got going on, folks. That is what we got going on. And by the way, before we begin, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share, because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And of course, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different. And the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what we got going on, folks. That is what we got going on. All right. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. All right. Let me just get this over here. All right. And yeah, that's what we got going on. We did call some stonks today. We called some amazing stonks today. Some stonks that did move quite a bit. You know what I mean? They moved quite a bit. So we got that going on right there. Hold on. Let me get this up here. All right. Get this over here. Bop right there. And then get this over here. Bop right there. Okay. So we got that going on, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we got going on. So let's take a look at some stonks right there. We called quite a few stonks today. We called GDTC, all right, GDTC, which ran up a nice 65%. 65%. Called that this morning for the private Discord. Called BNAI. BNAI prior to its 59% run, 59%, ran up a nice 59% right there. All right, CISS, which ran up a nice 55%, 55% right there, boom. And then, of course, we called TC, and that stock ran up a nice 55% as well, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what we got going on, folks. That is what we got going on. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, yeah, be sure to check this out. Be sure to check us out on almost all of our socials, except for TikTok at Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money. You can find us on our TikTok at DBL Nicks. At DBL NICKS, and the screen name is Coach Nick Money. All right, so let's get started. First things first, we got a request from Night Rogue to do RNAZ, which is currently up 53%, has news the transcode therapeutic shares are trading higher after the company announced submission to the FDA on investigational new drug application amendments and for a planned phase 2A clinical trial with TTX MC138A. All right. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on right there. All right. Marty says, money, money, money. And then he also asked, where is Stewie? Oh, I see you guys like that character. I've been getting a lot of buzz about that. All right. First things first. Well, first things first. Let's take a look at RNAZ over here. RNAZ has been on the uptrend as of late. On quite an uptrend as of late. So you got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. And, you know, of course, we got our boy Stewie over here. He is currently climbing the little mountain up here, right? Little mountain up there, you know, he's climbing it right now. He's, you know, he's dangling for dear life a little bit, but he's climbing. Look at him. Look at him. Look at our boy. Look at him. There we go. There he is. There's Stewie. Say hi, Stewie.
Hi, Stewie.
Yeah.
Hello, darling. How are you?
Yeah. No. I gotta find a good Stewie voice.
I'm dangling here. Help me out.
My bad, bro. My bad. Okay. My bad, G. I didn't know it was like that. All right, right now he's climbing up the stairs right here. He's climbing up the stairs of RNAZ, which is basically doing its thing right now. It's doing its thing right now. So we got that going on. All right, currently Stewie is kind of walking up them stairs right there. He's walking up them stairs. There he is, walking up the stairs right there. Look at him. Look at him. There he is. Look at him. He's walking up the stairs.
Yeah.
He's on the Stairmaster.
There you go.
Yes, sir. There's our boy Stewie. He's on the Stairmaster right now. All right. Yeah, that's good. He's on the Stairmaster for RNAZ, but it is forming some double tops, some top tails over there. We don't like the top tails. We like the bottom tails, ladies and gentlemen. We like the bottom tails, so we like that right there. So we'll see what happens there. But right now, Stewie is kind of walking up the thing. So RNAZ, RNAZ on the uptrend needs to remain friends with the trend. All right, right there. That's what we got going on right there. That is what we got going on. All right. All right, there we go. Alex Martinez, good morning, Alex. Good morning. He said, you check out TEAD? I did not check out TEAD yet. Let's take a look at TEAD real quick. TEAD. All right, TEAD. So, TEAD, as of now, all right, has some unconfirmed Q4 earnings due in 11 days from now on to Monday, February 16th, before the market opens. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Let's get the graffiti pencil activated over here. All right, it looks like it's a little choppy, a little bit choppy. Could potentially maybe be an ABCD pattern right here, but we'll have to see what goes on. We will have to see what goes on. But as of now, it's one of those things where TEAD, let's take a look at the float. The float is a bit heavy, 43.1 million. Volume is 19.5 million. So as of now, the volume is low. Float is a bit heavy. We got that going on right there. Does it have news? They did partner with Google TV to expand their CTV home screen availability globally. All right, they did that this morning, early in the morning. They did that at, well, actually, they did that at 8 a.m. So, you know, you got that right there. So it was about 35 minutes ago. So they did that. So that's good. That's excellent news for the stock. They got Google going on there. Bobo Beebs! Hey, is that my boy Bobo? Bobo, how you been? How you been, brother? Been a minute. How you been, brother? How you been? All right, so as you can see here, you know, TEAD forming a bit of a ABCD pattern. TEAD forming a potential ABCD pattern. All right. As you can see here, all right, and as you can see here, our boy Stewie, you know, he's trying to climb up there. He made the climb. He made the climb. You know, he's making the climb right now. He's doing some rock climbing, right? Then he kind of fell a little bit. You know, he went right over here. He went. Ah! Wait, hold on. My shoe.
Said it A B C D.
Yes, and then he climbed back up.
Treacherous.
Then he climbed back up. He's running back up now.
Okay.
It's pushing up 10% on my position. There you go, Alex. Yes, it looks like it's pushing up indeed. Looks like it, like I said, it could be. It looks like it's a potential Head and Shoulders. All right. Not a Head and Shoulders, excuse me. A potential ABCD pattern. My bad. All right. Potential ABCD pattern. Yeesh. All right. And there's Stewie running his way right up there. He's running up that Stairmaster again. Look at him. Look at him. There we go. Yes. Look, he climbed up. He went. And then he tumbled on his way down, and then now he's back up again. He lost his shoe. You see his shoe? My shoe! There we go. So that's what we got going on right there. TEAD.
Okay.
TEAD, a potential ABCD pattern. Looks like it's actually going to become an ABCD pattern. It is above the VWAP now. It fell below the VWAP a little bit, but it's trying to push, baby. It's getting a little bit overbought on the other side, but that's okay. That's fine. That's fine. As long as it can climb its way on up, it's fine. It's up 36%. 36%. We shall see what happens there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue on. Let's continue on with another stunk here. ZSL. ZSL. All right. Looks like ZSL. And low volume. You can tell just by looking at it over here. All right. A lot of low volume stuff going on there. Let's take a look over here. Bop right there. Had a bit of a descending wedge over here, then climbed off that descending wedge right over here. All right, and now looks like it is forming yet another descending wedge right over here, and it fell below the VWAP. So, and as you can see right there, currently, as of now, ZSL needs to break that descending wedge, Let's get a share party going. ZSL needs to break the descending wedge for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. All right, now you might be wondering in this situation, where's Stewie? Where's Stewie in all this? All right, I'll tell you where Stewie is. Stewie is currently on the slip slide down right here. All right, he's on the slip slide down. Hopefully somebody stop him, because otherwise he's going to start tumbling down and go, wah! Okay, you don't want that. You don't want poor Stewie to slip slide off the little slide over here. All right, needs to curl. Let my boy Stewie. Oh, no, he climbed up, and then immediately, as soon as he climbed up, whee! He's skydiving now. Ah? TEAD moving. Let's see how TEAD is moving. TEAD.
Being delicious.
All right, hold on right there. One second.
It's delicious.
All right, TEAD.
It's
All
being
right.
delicious.
All right. As of now, it seems that TEAD is definitely following that ABCD pattern.
It's pushing.
Yes, the A to B, B to C, C to D right there. All right. As you can see, it's pushing its way on up 37% and climbing.
Push it on up. Push it on up.
TEAD
To the big
climbing
push it on up.
on that ABCD pattern right there. There we go. As you can see here, it looks like it's forming a bit of a double top. We don't like the double tops, we like the double bottoms.
It's pushing double.
It looks like it's pushing above that double top right now. All right? It's pushing above the double top. It's pushing above it right now. All right? There we go. All right. All right, and there we go. We got Stewie over here. There we go. Oh, hold on. There we go. You trying to be very careful right now. Look at him. Look at our boy. Look at our boy over there. Right. Look at him. He's like, tally ho, gents! Climb, baby, climb! Look, there he is. He's trying to he's saying, tally ho, I need to go up the stairs, man. Otherwise, he's gonna fall off the stairs. So that's not gonna be healthy. That wouldn't be healthy. Come on, climb. Girl, TEAD. You want Stewie to fall. What's the matter with you? All right. Let's see here. Alex Martinez says plus 18% P&L. All right.
They made money.
Money.
Money, 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 money.
You made money? Money. All right. Good. Profit. I'm hoping he made a profit. I think he made a profit. No, and Alex, he probably made a profit.
Up to the Stewie dance.
Yes. The Stewie dance. The little Stewie dance there. All right, look at him dancing. Look at him dancing. He's doing a little jig. Look at him.
He did a dab.
Yes. Look at that. Look at that.
Yes, sir.
The dab.
Yes. Look at that little dab.
He did a dab.
He did a dab. I did not realize he did a dab, but he did a dab. He's on top of it. Now, if it could only shoot up and he could keep climbing up, that'd be awesome. You know, that'd be great. That would be great. That would be great. All right, let's take a look.
Trying to test that 83 sand.
Yes, it is. It is.
Testing.
Alex Martinez says, yeah, I made a good one. Hoping for a dip, but got cooked on BNAI earlier. All right. I see. Right. Let's take a look at BNAI then. Let's take a look at BNAI, see what's going on with BNAI. Let's see what's happening with it right now. All right. Currently with BNAI did have a bit of an uptrend earlier in the day. Hold on one second. Right there. All right. Alex is trying to climb back for my first trade of the day. Yeah, nah, I get you. I get you there, Alex. All right. All right. BNAI climbing slowly but surely. All right, looks like it's on that climb upward right now. Formed a bit of a little descending wedge over there. Climbed its way back up. Once again, climbed up a little bit. Went back down. All right, and there was a bit of a double top right here at the $32.36 line over here. All right, so we got that going on right there. Needs to break the descending wedge. It needs to break the VWAP for BNAI. BNAI. Needs to break the double top. And the descending wedge as well as the VWAP. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on right there. BNAI has to break that double top at $32.36 and has to break above the VWAP as well as the descending wedge over there. All right. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. That is what we got going on right over here. All right. And there's our boy Stewie. There he is. He's sliding his way on down. Look at him sliding his way on down. Whee! He's like sliding. He's like trying to grab onto the candle for dear life. Like, nah! Yeah. Curl, baby, curl. Come on now. Break that VWAP so Stewie got something to climb up on. All right, there we go. All right, so we got that going on right there. On God, for real, says going to 115. All right, we'll see what happens there with on to 115.
Bless you, says about CISS.
All right, we'll take a look at CISS. All right, we'll take a look. And then let's see here. Hold on one second. we shall take a look over here. Hold on, let's move Stewie for a second. All right. On God for real says, could you widen out to a month chart on BNAI? Sure, I could do that for a little bit. I mean, we don't normally do all that because I mean it is pretty. Let's see. All right. Let's see over here. I guess it's BNAI he's talking about. I mean, I could take a look at the 1 month. Let's take a look at the 1 month real quick. We'll take a look at the 1 month. I don't normally do 1 month, but all right, fine. It was consolidated, went back down, and looks like it's trying to somewhat scoop its way back up on maybe possible cup and handle, but me personally, I stick to the 5 minute. I normally stick to 5 minute, 5 minute, 5 minute, 5 minute, 5 minute. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. All right. Let's take a look at what Blessius is talking about. CISS. Let's take a look. CISS currently on the uptrend right now. Let's see what goes on here. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this graffiti pencil over here. All right. CISS climbing its way on up slowly but surely. And then moving its way back down a little bit on a descending wedge. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. CISS basically climbing its way on up, making a bit of a descending wedge. Needs to break this VWAP over here and needs to break the descending wedge for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. So CISS. All right. CISS needs to break the descending wedge for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. There we go. CISS. All right. On God says thank you. All right. Yeah, definitely. No problem. Of course. All right. Let's see over here. Top Success says good morning. Good morning, people. AIM Top Success. Good morning, brother. Good to see you back. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. CISS is currently making a bit of a descending wedge there. Needs to break that descending wedge in the VWAP for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. That's what we got going on there. CISS needs to break the descending wedge and the VWAP for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. There we go. Right there. All right. And let's take a look over there. All right. As we see here, whee, there's our boy. He's having the time of his life sliding. There you go. Whee. Little slidey boy. Now, let's get a share party. All right. Let's see here. So, Stewie does not like CISS. Oh, no. Stewie likes CISS. He's just sliding down on CISS right now because it's got to break that descending wedge. So, as of now, it has to break the descending wedge in order for Stewie to stop sliding. You see how he's sliding? Okay, brother man's sliding right now. He needs one of those cans to go boop so he can stop sliding. He can start climbing. You know what I mean? Because he likes the Stairmaster. All right, he likes the slide too. But you know the Stairmaster's his thing. You know he likes the Stairmaster. All right. But so don't worry. He likes CISS. It's just got a. All right, it has a 1 million float, 26 million volume. So as of now, the float is fine. The float is just fine. The volume is extremely good for it. Let's see actually if there's any news on the stock right here. Let's see if there's any news. All right, CISS does have news that there was a they filed something with the SEC disclosing that Imperial Petroleum Inc. owns 81.9% of the company now. So they're owned by another company for the most part. All right. So we got that going on right there. That's what we got going on. On God asks for QCLS. Let's take a look at QCLS. QCLS. There we go. All right. QCLS. Okay. Now this one's a bit choppy. This one is a bit choppy over here. All right. So if you look very closely, all right, there are indecisive wicks over here, throughout here. Oh, basically, hold on. Let me just. All these right here, right, are indications that it's very low volume as of now. So as of now, it's one of those stocks that it's low volume, so it needs something to basically, break above the VWAP. But it is above the VWAP right now, sort of. No, actually. Oh no, it's 385. It's below the VWAP. So it's very choppy right there. All right, so let's take a look at the float. Float is 3.8 million, which is a reasonable float, but the volume is 8.9 thousand. So as of now, the volume is lower than the float, which is very, very low. That's what we got going on right there. That is what we got going on. Let's take a look at the news. Let's take a look at the news. And yes, as you said, on God, there are changes to the beneficial ownership, right? So as it says here, all right, we're taking a look. It seems that someone joined the board of directors, all right? So yeah, they have a change in ownership. So that's some good news for them, I guess. I mean, it really depends. It really depends. So Voss Chelsea Sierra is the director. That's what it says here. And yeah, it's pretty much doing its thing here. Pretty much doing its thing here. Let's take a look at the 1 week chart for this, but it looks pretty choppy as of now. There's not much volume, so we got that going on right there. If you look at the 1 week, again, it's kind of consolidated here, here, and here. All right, I'm primarily focused on the 5 minute, and as of now, with the 5 minute, it's pretty choppy. So as of now, I'd stay away from this, me personally, but that's up to you guys there. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on right there. All right. So as of now, QCLS not looking too schmexy right there. Hey, I'll even put Stewie over here. He's like trying to tiptoe. He's trying to tiptoe right there. Look at him. Look at him trying to tiptoe. He's like very wobbly. He's like wobbly on it. Look at it. There he is. All right, now let's see what else we got going on. What else we got? All right, let's see about legal. Legal asks for HIMS. All right, let's take a look at HIMZ. HIMZ. All right, Defiance daily target up 30%, and climbing. Has a very good climb going on over here. Nicely moving its way on up. Beautiful. HIMZ. All right, On God says thank you. It's gonna run. Just keep it on your radar. Sure, man. Of course. I'll always keep it on the radar. Thank you for letting me know. All right. HIMS is currently climbing its way on up right now. HIMZ climbing its way on up 30%. 30%. So we got that going on right there. It is on its way up. So all right. So let's see over here. All right. Hold on. First things first. All right, HIMZ on the uptrend as of now. HIMZ on the uptrend. All right, looking pretty good right now. HIMZ has 3 million volume. Don't know what the float is as of now because it doesn't say. It's not listed, but it is looking good so far. So got that going on right there. That is what we got going on right there. And it looks like it's already climbing its way on up. HIMS is on the uptrend right here. And of course, as always, we got our boy Stewie on that little Stairmaster. He's climbing. Hold on. There we go.
AIM is moving.
Yeesh.
AIM, AIM, moving.
Moving. All right. AIM moving. All right. Hold on. Consistency asks for KXIN. KXIN. All right, let's take a look at KXIN. All right. On God says just scooped 1,000 shares of HIMS. Let's go. All right, let's go, man. There you go. I hope you make money with it, man. I hope you do make some money with it. Looks like, as of now, it's climbing up, so hopefully you make some good money with it. You know what I mean? Money. All right, so let's take a look at KXIN. All right, KXIN as of now, very choppy. Very, very choppy with the volume as of now. Tells us by looking at it, there are indecisive wicks all over this area right here. So it needs to kind of climb above that VWAP for starters, and also just needs volume in general. So let's take a look at KXIN. Down 3% as of now, down 3%, has a float of 737.9 thousand, which is a pretty low float. Volume for this session is 130,000. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. So the volume is lower than the float as of now. So it's got that going on. And plus, it's a low float stock. So they tend to be a bit more volatile. They tend to be a little bit more volatile. So we'll see what happens there. We shall see what happens. All right. Kaizen Holdings General Corporate Statement from Forward Issuer. It's a Form 6K. So we got that going on right there. That's what we got going on. All right. Yeah. So you see what that has. We'll see what that's got going on right there. So right now, KXIN, as of now, very choppy. Not looking too schmexy as of now. Very, 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 very choppy. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on here. So KXIN, as of now, needs volume to kind of break that choppiness there. Needs more volume to break the choppiness right there. So KXIN, that's what they got going on right there. That's what they got going on. All right. All right. That's what they got going on right there. And if you look over here, all right, there's Stewie. Whee! He's free falling a little bit. Needs something to kind of help him climb his way on up, but otherwise, whee, he's falling down. All right. So let's see what we got going on, because he's like kind of like parkour in this. Parkour! Whee! Okay, there we go. So you got that going on right there. KXIN. All right.
AIM is moving.
All right. Hold on one second. Let's see. AIM is moving. AIM. AIM climbing its way on up. AIM. Bop right there.
Come on, baby.
High day test. High day test. There we go. All right, it's climbing its way on up right now. Climbing its way on up. A little bit of a price spike going on here on AIM. AIM has a 3 million float, 7 million volume, so that's good. That's good right there. Let's see if it has any news. Does it have any news? AIM does have news. AIM Immunotech reports data from ongoing phase 2 clinical study evaluating Ampligen combined with AstraZeneca's anti-PD-L1 immune checkpoint inhibitor Imfinzi for metastatic pancreatic cancer treatment. So they got that going on right there. They filed the Form 8. And to top it off, yeah, they're basically just trying to treat pancreatic cancer, and they currently have some positive clinical progress going on with their treatment for pancreatic cancer as of now. So that's what they got going on. It is climbing its way on up. All right. And as we can see here, AIM has a nice bit of a price spike going on. AIM climbing its way on up. Looking schmexy while it does so. So that's excellent. That's excellent stuff right there. All right, that's excellent. Let's get a support and resistance line right there. Bop right there. Has support at 167. Has to break above 187 for it to be somewhat schmexy to meow. That's what we got going on right there. And as of now, you can see our boy Stewie. He's at the top of the mountain. Look at him all happy. Look at him. He's at the top of the world. Look at him. He's at the top of the world. Look at him. There you go. Look at him. He's at the top of the world. There you go. There you go. All right. Has to remain friends with the trend, though. Has to remain friends with that uptrend, though, because it is pulling back a little bit. But it is a bit overbought in the RSI, so we'll see what happens there. Let me get some water real quick, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. 1 second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. All right, AIM looks like it's pulling back a little bit. It is pulling back. It fell below the resistance line there. So right now, it's kind of forming a bit of a, hold on. Looks like it's forming a bit of a pennant over here, a little bit of a pennant. So we'll see what happens there. Oh, no. Well, not really. Oh, no. Oh, wait. It looks like it's climbing back up. Hold on. There it goes. It's breaking above the pennant. Never mind. Stewie gets to continue his climb. Hey, buddy, you get to go up. Yay! All right, that's good. That's good for him. That's good for him.
Strong resistance at 194.
Yesh, we shall see how he
Come
do.
on, break the resistance, baby. $2,
Mm-hmm.
$2, $2. Come on,
Mm-hmm.
baby. Volume.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, volume.
AIM up 71%, 71% and climbing.
Volume.
Mm-hmm. That's what we got going on right there.
Come on, baby. Bring the volume back.
All right. On God says short float is 35% on hymns. All right.
A lot of people short.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of people shorten it a little bit. They got that going on sometimes with hymns. We'll see what goes on. It did have a nice movement upward earlier. All right. AIM climbing its way on up right there. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. It looks like it's trying to test the high of day. AIM trying to test that high of day.
Testing.
AIM trying to test the high of day. Boom, right there. All right, all right. Top success S for ZSL. ZSL. Let's see how ZSL is doing. All right. There we go. There we go. On God says scooped 5K shares of AIM. Good for you, brother. Good for you. All right. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on right there. Okay, so as of now, ZSL, as of now, doing its thing right there. Hold on. Let's get rid of Stewie over here because now Stewie's moved. He's moved positions here. All right. Move some positions. All right. And it looks like as of now, it's curling its way back up. ZSL curling its way back up right over here. So that's what we got going on right there. That is what we got going on. It looks like it's curling off at descending wedge, ZSL, and it looks like our boy Stewie's back to rock climbing. He's back to rock climbing a little bit. Stewie's back to rock climbing now. That's what our boy Stewart's been up to. Stew. The homie Stew, you know what I mean? Yes, he's back to the rock climbing. He likes the rock climbing. He likes the rock climbing. He gets his little rock bag. He likes to walk up and do the rock climbing. Look at him. He's grabbing the tail. He's grabbing the top tail over there. All right? He's trying to climb his way on up right now. So we'll see what happens. He's climbing his way on up. ZSL climbing his way on up there. All right. So ZSL's curling its way on up. That's beautiful. Looking schmexy right now, climbing back up. It is staying above the VWAP. That is excellent. It's up 30% as of now. ZSL climbing. ZSL climbing its way on up. All right, so we'll see what happens there. We shall see what happens. All right, PPCB is back here. Let's see what's going on with PPCB. Oh my. Massive uptrend going on with PPCB. Float is 5 million. Volume is matching that. So that's good. That's what we got going on with PPCB. Hell, Top Success said PPCB. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see what goes on there. We shall see what goes on there. All right. PPCB did have a nice shot upward over here, but is forming a bit of a top tail. We don't like the top tails. We like the bottom tails, ladies and gentlemen. But PPCB is climbing its way on up, ladies and gentlemen. Is climbing its way on up. So we got that going back on right there. That's what we got going on. All right. So let's see there. Hold on. All right. PPCB is definitely moving its way on up slightly. It's got that top tail right there, but it has been on an uptrend as of late. Has been on a nice little uptrend. So PPCB price spike climbing. All right, so PPCB's got that going on right there. That's what it's got going on right there. All right, looks like it's forming a bit of a double top right there. Needs to remain friends with the trend though. Needs to remain friends with that trend. All right. All right, and there's Stewie right there. He's a little wobbly. He's trying to hold on to that uptrend for support there. If that thing goes back down, he goes flying. Look what he did. He wants Stewie to fall. Yeah. Look, he likes rock climbing, man. That's his thing. He likes stock climbing. Get it? Stock climbing? All right.
Bad joke.
He likes his stock climbing. Let him have his stock climbing right there. All right. That's the plan. That's the plan. He likes to stock climb.
It's a dad joke.
Mm-hmm. Right now he's standing on top of that double top. He needs to break above that double top over there so he can keep climbing. He's trying to climb. He's trying to climb Mount NASDAQ Everest. Mount NASDAQ. I know. Mount S&P, Mount NASDAQ, whichever one you want. Come on, I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to make a name. I'm trying to make a name for it. All right. Let's see what else we got. RNAZ. Let's take a look at RNAZ. RNAZ. As of now, PPCB needs to break that double top over there. So let's put that there. PPCB. PPCB needs to break the double top for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. There we go. All right, I'm going to quick time. These RNAZ currently pulled back a little bit, formed a bit of a pennant over here. RNAZ pulled back just a bit and formed a bit of a pennant. Needs to break above the VWAP once again. Needs to break above that VWAP right now. All right, and as you can see right there, it fell back down. Stewie almost fell with it. We'll see what happens there. All right, but right now, there's our boy right there. Hold on. There's our star. Oh, yeah. Why is his head a triangle? Leave his head alone. All right. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Trying to, come on. He's kind of sliding back down. It's like, ah! Right, there we go. There we go. So right now, Stewie went from climbing up to sliding back down. So we'll see what goes on there. We'll see what goes on with him. We'll see what goes on with our boy. All right. As of now, though, he's sliding. He's slip sliding. All right, there we go. All right. So let's see what goes on there, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see what goes on there. But RNAZ needs to break the pennant right there. Needs to break the pennant and the VWAPA. RNAZ needs to break the pennant and the VWAPA. There we go. So let's see what goes on there. Let's take a look at AIM. How's AIM holding up? AIM looks like it curled a bit more downward off of there. So we'll see what goes on there. But right now, AIM. All right, let's get this over here. Moved up. All right, and then pulled its way back down. All right. So right now it needs to break that descending wedge for AIM. AIM needs to break the descending wedge. AIM needs to break the descending wedge right there. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on right there for the stonk right here. That's what we got going on. All right. Let's see here. All right. Yes, let's get a share party. All right. Let's get a share party going on right here. All right. Let's see what we got going on. Also, let's take a look. What's the Stewie update for AIM? What's the Stewie update? There he is. Oh, where's Stewie? I mean, so he's getting the tan. He's getting the tan right now. A little suntan. Sometimes it's good for you.
Suntan lotion be awful slippery down that slope there.
Yeah, he's good. Look at him. He's tanning. He's trying to get a tan right now.
Okay.
But he looks like he's also trying to slip off the thing right there. So he go wee see? Okay, there we go. BNAI, BNAI,
Yes.
BNAI, BNAI. As of now, BNAI looks like it is currently on a bit more of a downtrend than it is a descending wedge as of now. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Let's take a look over here. Let's get rid of this because it looks like it's more of a downtrend now, if anything. So it's a bit of a downtrend going on over here. All right. Not looking too schmexy to mya. Not looking too schmexy to mya. But as of now, poor Stewie. Oh, no. Hold on.
Stewie!
Yeah, right? Look at this. Look at Stewart.
Poor Stewie.
Poor
In the
Stewie.
life of Stewie.
Poor Stewie's sliding below the VWAP right now. He's trying to hold the VWAP for dear life. Look at him. Look at him. He's trying to hold the VWAP for dear life. Look at him. He's holding the VWAP for dear life. BNAI needs to break the downtrend and needs to break above the VWAP right there. BNAI needs to break the downtrend and the VWAP for it to be so much maxi to mya. There we go. There we go. Let's get a share party going on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 1100. And ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out our 4-day trial for the real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Link to join us in the description down below as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the Glocks, I tell you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So let's take a look at another stunk over here. Let's take a look back at RNAZ. RNAZ. How's RNAZ holding up? RNAZ still. Stewie is holding on for dear life there while RNAZ tries to curl its way on up. So RNAZ trying to curl up and break that VWAP. RNAZ trying to curl up to break the VWAP. There we go. Right there. I could probably do a bit better with that little Stewie. With little Stewie over here. Little Stew man. Come on now. Yesh. Could do a little poor Stewie. He's just trying to vibe and he's getting all sorts of stuff going on right there. Poor little Stew. Look at him. He's holding on for dear. He fell off. He's like, oh no. All right, it'd be like that sometimes. It'd be like that. PPCB, PPCB, PPCB. As of now, PPCB is currently moving a bit more downward. Needs to break this pennant right here. All right, it looks like it's no longer on much of an uptrend, but instead it is on a pennant now. So let's get this over here. All right, it's on a pennant off that little double top over there. So let's get this over here. All right. Boom. All right. Let's get this over here. All right. So now it's forming a bit of a pennant over here. All right. And what do we got going on here? PPCB. PPCB needs to break the pennant and the VWAP for it to be so much maxi to mya. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So you got that going on right there. That is what we got going on right there. All right. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. And there's our boy Stu. There's our boy Stu right there. All right. How's he doing? How's he doing over there? Looks like he's trying to move slightly. He's trying to move a little bit. There we go. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, hold on. There we go. There we go. He's trying to, like, climb his way on. He's like, fighting for dear life right now, trying to climb back. He's like, ah! He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. He's trying to stay above it. He's trying to stay on that pennant right there, but it's slip sliding. He needs to break above the pennant right there. He needs to break above the pennant. PPCB, PPCB. Needs to break above that pennant right there. Let's see what else we got. What else we got over here? ZSL, ZSL. How's ZSL holding up right here? ZSL still climbing, but it is getting a bit choppy, but it is climbing still to this day. All right, so as of now, still a nice climb. Still a very, very nice climb right there. So as of now, that's what we got going on right there. So ZSL climbing its way on up still to this day. We're doing its thing. Still on the uptrend right there. ZSL on the uptrend. There's Stewie's still climbing it right there. Stewie's still climbing his way on up there. So we got that going on right there. That's what they got going on right there. AIM looks like it's trying to stop Stewie's fall right there. It's testing the VWAP. AIM testing the pennant and the VWAPA right there. So it's got that going on right there. That is what it's got going on. AIM. All right. Max Salargius asks, AIM moving? Question mark. And it looks like it's trying to. It looks like it's trying to test that VWAP right there. It's trying to test the VWAP. It did peak above the descending wedge, but right now it has to break that VWAP right there. That's the only thing about it. I like that it's peaking above the wedge, above the descending wedge, but it needs to break that VWAP and needs to keep climbing, all right? It has some resistance at $1.67 and then more resistance at $1.87. Needs a place for Stu to rest his foot. Right, needs to try to climb his way back up, so he needs to keep going. But right now, it has to still break that VWAP, so we'll see what happens. Top Success asks for DHX. DHX as of now. Let's take a look. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. All right, let's see what we got over here. What else do we got? All right, DHX, let's see here. All right, so DHX had a bit of a fall below the VWAP. But it looks like it's trying to curl its way above it a little bit, slightly as of now, trying to curl its way above the VWAP here, all right? But it does have some toppage over here. It does have some resistance at around $2.07, so it's got that going on right there. Has some resistance at $2.07, needs to break above the VWAP, for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. That's what it's got to do right there. And as of now, there's Stu. He's at the top of the mountain as far as he knows. As far as he knows, at least, you know. He knows a little bit. He thinks he's at the top of the mountain. Who knows? He might be. All right, hold on. Oh. All right, hold on. There we go. There's Stu. He's dancing right now. Look at him. He's dancing. He's on top of the world. Yeah! There we go. DHX needs to break the resistance line and needs to break the VWAP. So DHX needs to break the resistance line and the VWAP to continue the uptrend, because it is on an uptrend still. It just needs to continue that uptrend by breaking that resistance line. All right, so it's got that going on right there. That's what it's got going on. Rob Mallon asks for RNAZ. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to, all right. All right, so as of now, RNAZ still sub VWAP right now. Still sub VWAP. Does have some resistance right over here at the $11.85 mark. So it needs to break that. Stewie's still falling a little bit. He's still fighting his way on up there. But as of now, RNAZ needs to still break the pennant. and curl. Needs to still curl and break that pennant right there. Needs some volume. Needs some volume for it to continue to curl upward a bit more. So we'll see what happens with RNAZ. But as of now, it needs to break that resistance. It needs to break that VWAP. RNAZ needs to break the resistance and the VWAP. There we go.
He's trying to test the V1.
Let's take a look at AIM and see what it's doing. AIM. Broke above the descending wedge. Now trying to test the VWAP. That's what we got going on right there. That is what we got going on. All right. So as of now, AIM trying to test that VWAP right there. It's testing it. We'll see what happens. AIM trying to test the VWAP and curl off the descending wedge. AIM testing the VWAP and trying to curl off the descending wedge. And it looks like it's doing it too. It's curling off a descending wedge. It's climbing. It broke the resistance right there and just broke Stewie's fall as well. All right, looks like now we got Stewie just going up, climbing on his way back up now. All right, there we go. Look at that right there. Now look at him. Look at our boy. All right. Look at him right there. There we go. His head's like a little bit wobbly over here, but as you can see, Stewie's like, oh my God. He's climbing his way back up slowly but surely. He's climbing back up. AIM climbing back up nicely. Broke the resistance right there. AIM broke resistance and is testing the high of day. AIM broke resistance and testing the high of day. There we go. That's what AIM is doing. Top success asks for LIMN. LIMN was moving yesterday. Seems to still be moving today. Climbing its way on up nicely right now. So we got that going on right there. It is climbing on up. It's on the uptrend as of now. Is above the VWAP. A little bit overbought on the RSI, but that's okay. Up 17%. 17%. So let's see what we got going on over there. LIMN on the uptrend as of now. On the uptrend. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1500. 1500, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Let's get to 1500, 1500, 1500. All right. So we'll see what goes on there. But as of now, LIMN needs to break that. It's still climbing its way on up, truthfully. So LIMN on the uptrend right now. It is on the uptrend. So we'll see what goes on there. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here. What else do we got? Let's see. All right.
Let's like up the stream.
Yes, let us indeed like up the stream.
Share it up.
Yes. All right.
Subscribe, follow.
Yes. All right. There you go. So as of now, there we go. There's Stewie climbing his way on up. Right, he is running his way on up. Let's see what else we got over here. What else we got? ZSL climbing is still climbing on up. ZSL still on the uptrend right now. ZSL still on the uptrend. All right, let's see what we got. How's HIMS doing? HIMZ. All right. Looks like HIMZ found a bit of a double top over here. All right, and started pulling its way on back. Needs to break this pennant. Right here for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. There we go. All right. Needs to break the pennant. HIMZ needs to break the pennant and the double top. HIMZ needs to break the pennant and the double top. There we go. All right. There we go. Okay. As of now, there's our boy. He's falling. He's falling. No. Ah, there we go. He's falling. He's slip sliding. No. It's like, looks like he's frolicking down this. He looks like he's frolicking down some steps. Yeah. All right. Let's see what else we got over here. Let's see. What do we have here for other requests? Ooh, hold on one second. Let me take a look over here. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's see here. There we go. All right, let's see what we got going on here. What do we got? AIM. Let's take a look over here at AIM right now. AIM still climbing its way on up. Stewie's still on that uptrend a little bit. He's like getting off that little slide. He's like trying to like slow step his way on up right now. He's trying to slow step his way on up right now. Look at him slow stepping. Look at that boy. He's a big stepper. You know what I mean? He's a big stepper. Needs to break that double top right there. And it looks like Stewie's almost gotten impaled by it, but he's doing okay. He's doing okay. He's doing good. Don't worry. He's used to the dangerous treks. Okay? Yeah. Look at him. Look at that little gremlin. He's like, yeah. Look at it. Look at his little thing. Look at him. He's like this. Like a little sumo wrestler. God bless him. He's still doing his thing. Don't worry. AIM needs to break the double top. Needs to break the double top. All right. So now that we got that going on, let's see what else we got. Somebody requested CISS. Let's see how CISS is doing. CISS, as of now, the slide is no longer fun. No. All right. So as of now, CISS currently moving down, but trying to curl its way back up right over here. So we got that going on right there. That's what we got going on. All right. Look at our boy Stewie. He's like in between. He's like in the crossroads here. He's like, he's trying to climb his way back up. He's like he's determined now. He's like, right there. He's trying to climb. CISS curling off the downtrend. CISS curling off the downtrend. Right there. CISS curling off the downtrend. We'll see what goes on there. We shall see what goes on there. All right. What else we got over here? All right. While we're here, let's see. Let's see what else we got over here. How's DHX holding up? DHX. Let's see how DHX is doing. DHX. Oh my. Massive shot upward. Massive price spike going on over there. All right. Actually, hold on. Matter of fact. Yeah, massive price spike over there. And it looks like Stewie's just trying to climb for dear life right now. Look at that. He's grabbing onto that candle. He's trying to climb. Look at him. Look at this man. DHX major price spike. DHX major price spike. So we got that going on right there. Major price spike for our lovely stunk over there. All right, the bell's coming up. Oh my God, it's the bell! The bell! It deafens me. It made the ringy dingy. It made the wee woo. Yes, sir. DHX shot up like a rocket just now, and looks like it's forming a bit of a double top right there. A little bit of a double top right there. All right. Meanwhile, as for our boy, he's currently dangling. He's currently dangling off of it. Yes, look at him. Look at him right there. Look at him. He's like dangling. You see him? He's like trying to he's trying to hold on to it for dear life. But right now, hey, it has to hold above that downtrend, above that uptrend there. It has to stay above the uptrend, but it's not right now. Doesn't look like it is. DHX, as of now, needs to stay above the uptrend right there. It needs to stay on friends with the trend right there. DHX needs to break above that double top. DHX needs to break above the double top. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, let's see what else we got. NXXT. Somebody requested NXXT. Let's take a look at NXXT. Let's see how that's doing. NXXT, very choppy. A lot of choppiness going on all over here, all over there. As of now, it is just choppy, choppy, choppy. Choppy, choppy, choppy. So NXXT, NXXT. Low volume. Very choppy. Very choppy. There we go. There we go. Very choppy. And it looks like it's moving downward now. Looks like he's moving downward now. So poor Stewie, man. It looks like he's falling off the cliff. He's skydiving. Look at that. He's got his little parachute.
Oh, that's good.
There you go. Whee! Look at that. You got a parachute. Oh, that's because NXXT just dropped like a rock. So it's like, whee! You got a little parachute. NXXT dropped like a rock there. Let's see what other requests we got over here. Somebody requested DHX. DHX was moving up nicely. We'll see what's going on with it. Again, Stewie's holding on for dear life on that double top over there. Needs to break above that VWAP there. Needs to break the double top right there. Looks like it fell below the VWAP, so DHX needs to break above the VWAP and needs to break above the VWAP. DHX needs to break above the VWAP as of now. Needs to break above the VWAP for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. That's what it needs to do right there. Let's clear out some of these drawings over here. All right, as of now, looks like it is falling downward over here. All right, poor Stewie's in free fall right now. He's like, nah. Look at him. He's still got his parachute. Don't worry. Don't worry. He's always got a parachute. Always got a parachute. DHX needs to break the downtrend. DHX needs to break the downtrend for it to be so much maxi to mya. There we go. Top Success says CISS trying to work. CISS, let's take a look at CISS. It looks like it's trying to. It's trying to fight its way on upward and stay on that, stay on that uptrend right there. I can see it. It's trying to put some work in right now. It is trying to put some work in. I can see that. I'm watching it right now, but it is testing that VWAP. CISS trying to test that VWAP right now. Trying to test the VWAP. There we go. Trying to test the VWAP right there. That's what we got going on right there. ZSL. All right. Stewie's still climbing up that little CISS right there. Still trying to climb up on it. ZSL. Let's see how ZSL is holding up. ZSL, as of now, pulled back a little bit. Pulled back a little bit right there. Hold on. Right there. Pulled back a little bit. And now it looks like it's trying to curl off the little downtrend over there. It needs to try to curl off that downtrend right there. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on right there. All right. There's Stewie. He's trying to climb. He's trying to climb it right now. Look at him. He's got his legs between the things. And he's trying to climb them right now. All right, so CISS curling off the downtrend. All right, ZSL, I mean ZSL curling off the downtrend. Top Success says CISS hitting. All right, CISS, let's see how it's doing. It broke the VWAP. There we go. That's what I like to see. CISS broke the VWAP. CISS broke the VWAP. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, CISS broke the VWAP and climbing. Broke that VWAP and is climbing, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So as of now, that's what we got going on right there. LIMN. LIMN. How's LIMN holding up? LIMN forming a bit of a double top. Double top right over here. Not looking too schmexy to meow right now. Needs to stay above the... Needs to stay up there. LIMN needs to hold... Break the double top right there. Needs to break that double top, ladies and gentlemen. Needs to break that double top for it to be somewhat schmexy to meow. There we go. Needs to break the double top right there. Yes. All right. Right now, what you have here is our boy Stewie dangling off the ledge right there as it forms a bit of a double top right there. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Has to hold above that VWAP. Has to hold above that VWAP for it to be somewhat schmexy to meow. All right. But yes, that's what it needs to do right there. Let's see how we're doing right now. Let's see about other stocks right here. All right. Let's take a look at ASST. ASST. ASST trying to climb a little bit, but still very, very low on volume. ASST low on volume as of now, down 10%. ASST needs more volume. Broke the VWAP, though. Broke the VWAP, so I will give it credit. Broke the VWAP. There we go. So we got that going on right there. That's what we got going on. All right, let's take a look at BYND. BYND, as of now, trying to curl up as well, trying to test the VWAP a little bit, but it is on low volume. BYND, testing the VWAP on low volume. That's what we got going on right there. That is what we got going on. OPEN, OPEN. All right, moving upward. It is moving its way on upward right now. So we got that going on. OPEN moving on up. We'll see what goes on. OPEN moving upwards. So we got that going on right there. That's what we got going on right there. All right, let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1900. 1900, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Let's get to 1900 right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Got our little rock climbing boy over here. Stewie. All right. Look at him. He's grabbing onto the ledge right there. Look at him. There we go. Look at him. He's all happy. Look at him climbing that little rock formation. That little candle formation on OPEN. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Had to stretch the old back right there. Oof, that's a good stuff right there. OPEN still needs to keep curling and climbing, but other than that, that's what we got going on right there. Let's see how CISS is doing. Actually, before we do that, FBLG, not a lot in the volume department. You could tell by looking at all these wicks over here. All right, and it looks like it's having a bit of a price spike on some low volume right there. All right, so FBLG, price spike on low volume. On low volume. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Looks like it's forming a bit of a double top right there. All right, so that's what's got going on right there. That is what it's got going on. All right, hold on 1 second. Bop right there. All right. Doesn't look like Stewie's too balanced there. Look at him. He's trying to hold that balance. All right, FBLG, trying to hold that balance there, Stewie. I believe in you, buddy. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. All right, BNAI has been the next request. BNAI, last I checked, was not doing too schmexy. Not doing too schmexy. You know what I mean? Not doing too schmexy as of now. All right, poor Stewie. Poor Stewie almost broke his legs. Yeah. All right. Let's get this over here. As of now, it needs to break this downtrend still to this day. Still needs to break the downtrend a little bit there. All right. And there's Stewie trying to like slide his way on down a little bit. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. There we go. So we got... He's trying to slide, man. He's trying to slide. He's trying to slide. BNAI needs to break that down trend. For it to be so much Mexi to meow. There we go. All right. Top success says RNAZ may take off. RNAZ. RNAZ. All right. Let's see what we got over here. Let's get some fresh drawing over here. It might be. He might be trying to. Maybe we'll see. We shall see. Hold on 1 second. Right there. All right. As of now, forming a bit of a pennant right there. Forming a bit of a pennant on this 5 minute over here. Forming a bit of a pennant. All right. As of now, that's what they got going on right there. That's what they got going on. As you can see, Stewie's kind of going sliding downward right now. He's sliding downward a little bit. They needs to break that pennant. RNAZ needs to break the pennant and the VWAP. That's what's got going on right there. RNAZ needs to break the pennant and the VWAP. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. All right, so that's pretty much what we got going on there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we got going on there. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share, because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And, of course, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's what we got going on right there. That is what we got going on right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can find us on our x.com at Coaching Money.
At Coaching Money.
At Coaching Money. All right. And, of course, you can find us on our x.com, a.k.a. Twitter, at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money. You can find us on our Twitch at Coaching Money.
At Coaching Money.
At Coaching Money. All of which are what we use to live stream. All right. With YouTube, we basically make live streams, stock reviews, stock analysis, long form videos. All right. Shorts, wonderful stuff like that. All sorts of cool stuff. So we got that going on right there. With X, we do live stream, stock reviews, and stock analysis. And then with Twitch, we just do lots of live streaming there as well. All right. And to top it off, ladies and gents, we have some amazing other stuff as well. We got our Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money. You can find us on TikTok, Tiki-Taki, a.k.a. the Tac Tac. The Tac Tac. You can find us there at DBL Nicks. At DBLNICKS, and the screen name is Coach Nick Money. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, remember to get that $9.99 trial for the first 4 days of our wonderful real-time alerts and scanners membership. Be sure to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. You get access to our wonderful group and community in the CNN War Room. They basically love to help build each other up, as well as, you know, build themselves up as well. So they love doing all that. All right. And to top it off, ladies and gentlemen, you gain access to our scanners, such as the market mover scanner, which you guys see on the left side of the screen right over here, which basically shows the stocks moving whether or not they're moving up or down, the ticker, price, volume, float, change in percentage point, etc., what time the stock's being called and checked on, etc., all that cool stuff. It's pretty much checked every minute on the minute. And to top it off, you get access to all these amazing, and I mean amazing, little hyperlinks over here, where you can basically click on the stock to get more information on it, such as the chart, the news flow, etc., and all that at the tip of your fingers right there. All you got to do is press a button, and boom, you got your research right in front of you before you make any, decisions for that stuff. And also, ladies and gentlemen, you get access to the newsroom. You get access to the newsroom, which, as you can see over here, is on the right side of the screen. Basically, what it is you basically see over here a little piece of an article, a little synopsis of an article, and then you got the hyperlink to get the full article so you can read the full article, and you also get the hyperlink to the ticker affiliated with the stock that is being talked about on the news. So you got all that and more basically just piled in there. It's amazing. It's an amazing research tool. And also you get access to the stock ticker tape. The stock ticker tape basically shows the stocks that are moving around quite a bit, that have some volume to them, a little bit of volume to them, or at least are moving around quite a bit to the point that they're worth keeping an eye on. And basically we've been keeping an eye on that. Those are the stocks we're normally keeping an eye on. They have hyperlinks to said stock market. So again, wonderful, very, very useful research tool. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to join the Wealth Builders package, you get access to everything from the real-time alerts and scanners. Plus, you gain access to our amazing, and I mean amazing, Wealth Builder Discord community, which has an exclusive Wealth Builder chat, exclusive line to Coach Nick Money and myself. All right, you gain access to even more scanners. You gain access to a Wealth Builder exclusive course, which has over 500 plus videos of content that we have made throughout the years with our experience in the stock market, teaches you how we trade and what works best for us, etc. And to top it off, you get access to exclusive Wealth Builders content such as behind the scenes stuff, as well as our lovely scripts and all that cool stuff. And again, you gain direct access to Coach Nick Money and myself. And yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on right there. That is what you got going on right there. So be sure to check that out. All right. Also, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out our show coming up today at 1:30 p.m. It's called Power Plays. Power Plays. It is hosted by the legend himself, Coach Nick Money, as he traverses the stock market, and basically, prior to Power Hour, and basically, looks at the stocks, gives his honest analysis of the stocks, and then basically says, you know what? He gives his honest opinion on what the stocks are going to do. Then he goes and puts the stocks on high heat, lets them simmer a little bit while he scores some dubs in Fortnite. So you got that going on right there. That is what we got going on right there, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, that's it, ladies and gents, right there. So, that's pretty much it for me. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. It's Double Nicks. I love you guys. I'm here with the lovely Serengeti specialist herself. She likes to hang around the tall weeds, the high trees, the low seas, hitting them high knees. Sometimes she likes 2 cups of coffee. Other times she likes to jet ski. Other times she likes to regular ski. Other times she gets shot at the cannon and she goes, whee! Other times she likes to go to Arby's and watch videos of puppies and kitties. Other times, she likes to just hang around and go into the stock market and call some wonderful stocks like BNAI, CISS, and GDTC. We call it DBM Moms. All right, so that's pretty much it for me. Much love. It's Double Nicks. I love you guys. I'll see you guys at